One of the popular and powerful features in the Ensign program is the Playback feature. This is a great feature for traders who want to paper trade the market or want to practice their trading strategies using actual market data. The Ensign Playback feature allows you to replay on a chart the tick-by-tick trading that occurred for any symbol. Tick data for specified symbols is used to create a playback file. The playback file can be played at any time, just like a tape recorder can replay its recordings. The played file will duplicate the trading day on a chart as if it were occurring in real time again for that day. This allows traders to watch the market unfold and apply studies and tools to the chart and paper trade the market as if they had been watching the market trade in its original time. One other nice feature of the playback is that you can replay the market at faster speeds. You can replay the market as much as 20 times faster if you like. This allows you to view and paper trade several hours of trading data in a much shorter time. Data for playback files is obtained from two basic sources. This training video will show you how to quickly download some pre-saved playback files that Ensign Software has archived for 4 popular symbols. The archives contain tick data for each of the 4 symbols for the past 3 months. You can select which of the 4 symbols to playback and which historical day to download and play. Here you can see the playback session in action. And click the Playback Setup button. This will open the setup screen for various data feeds and data vendors. Since the playback feature acts like a data feed, the feature is activated from the data feed setup screen. You can also optionally open this screen. Here you can see the playback session in action and selecting feeds. To use the playback feature, make sure that Ensign Playback is selected at the bottom of the data feeds list. This will allow you to enter the setup information for the desired symbols, date, playback speed, and start time. Click the Date drop-down list to select a date to replay. Next, select a playback speed. You can play back the market at the actual speed, or even up to 20 times faster. For this example, we will select 10 times faster. Optionally enter a start time in the Eastern Time Zone time. This will cause the playback session to start updating at the specified time of the playback date. Next, select which symbols that you want to watch during the playback session. Ensign Database archives files that are available for the following future contract symbols: ES, which is the E-mini S&P 500 futures; NQ, which is the E-mini NASDAQ futures; TF, which is the E-mini Russell 2000 futures. This training video has shown you how to download and start a playback session. The symbols used for these futures markets are continuation symbols that represent the lead or spot month of trading. In this example, we will download and playback data for the ES, NQ, and YM symbols. When downloading data for any of these 4 archive symbols, save the data in the Ensign Internet folder. Click the Download button to download the tick data for the selected symbols for the specified date. The download will begin. Once the data has been downloaded, you are ready to create the playback file and then start the playback session. First, type the ES, NQ, and YM symbols into the list. To enter the symbols into the list, click once in the text entry field and type in the names of the symbols. The symbol list contains the symbols that will be updating during the playback session. Then, click the Create File button to compile and build the playback file for the specified date that will include the data for these 3 symbols. To start the playback session, click the Connect box. Check the word Connect. You will see the playback symbol data updating in the data feed status box as the playback data is played. To close the vendor window, click the X button. To view the updating price quotes for the playback session in Symbols, click the Main tab, and then open a quote page by clicking on the Quote button. At the bottom of the quote page, click PB to view the playback symbols. Here you can see the symbols updating. To open a chart for each symbol, click the symbol, and then click the Time Frames button, and select a time. We will open a 1-minute chart for the ES symbol. You can see here that the playback session began updating at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time and is now updating at 10 times the actual speed. To place a study on the chart, click the Studies button. We will apply a moving average. To place a draw tool or line on the chart, click the Draw Tools button and select the desired tool. We will draw a support line on the chart. As the playback session progresses through the specified day, you can analyze the market and determine where you would have bought and sold the market. If you want to pause the playback session and take a break, click the Setup tab and click Playback Pause. The playback session will pause. To resume and start the playback again, click the Playback Resume button. The playback session will resume. While the playback session is active, you can open charts and even save layouts for the playback symbols by clicking on the Main tab and then clicking the Charts button. Select PB at the bottom of the window. You will then see the 3 symbols that are currently updating in the playback session. Select a desired time frame and click the Open button to open a chart. You can also save and open layouts that include the playback symbols. You can see here that the playback symbols are updating. The Ensign Playback feature is a powerful tool in the Ensign program to help you paper trade and practice your trading skills. This training video has shown you how to download and start a playback session for the 4 specific symbols that Ensign software archives. Watch the Playback Advanced video to learn how to download and create playback files for any symbol. This concludes this training segment.